Name it. Can't. Jordan does it, and he does it with some flair.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Man, that's trash. That's trash. Check.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Throwing on 3rd down. Watson looking for his tight end, fouls, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Kamara trying again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Deshaun Watson of the Texans offense trot back out there. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I'll guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. He was looking that time for Stills. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
On 1st down, Breeze. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You got to let that happen, guys. Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Watson on first down. It's complete. Stills. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. The Texans on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
They'll try to run for it with Miller.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. A first down carry here for Johnson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case. It's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got the artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The Texans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Watson. Finding fouls complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. From the 41, Watson, incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. He has not been on his A game, but his team has really picked him up. I think he probably now, second quarter, he's thinking, all right, time for me to get going.
And he also has to keep in mind that, he has contributed. You're exactly right. Not totally on his A game, but guess what?
He's got the touchdown
He's got
pass.
a touchdown pass. Yes, he interception, but he has contributed, and he just can't get down and worry about his own stats. The team's winning. That's cause for celebration, even though there's a ways to go.
And now he'll be looking to contribute a little bit more. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Smooth. 55. I got one.
Here's Brees to throw. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Here's Brees. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Easy. 5-9. Hey, Charlie. 41's coming. 41's the money.
Brees now. Looking again for Thomas. This time complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 42. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Boom. That's how we do it, baby.
And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL.
Mike 55, Mike 55. I smell fear in that offense. Sammy.
Another try after the first down sack. Brees. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line.
Hey, high 7. 57's mine. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Breeze now on first down. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Come here. 57. Bring it. Bring it. 57. Mike, 57. Hey, Delta. The buses. Let's put that team on the bus. 57's Mike. 11.
Now Breeze. And that's incomplete. Thomas the intended target. And that'll make it third down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
41 Mike. 41 Mike. You kill. Mike 41. Mike 41. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. Right here. 41 Mike.
Now Breeze on third down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56. Hey, easy.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
41's the Mike.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New... New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Hey, kill. 55, 55. Come on. You better bring it. Mike 55. Mike 55. Go. Too low. Cut. Mike 55. Mike 11. Hey, me and you all day. I'm coming after you. Mike 55. Hey, Zoo. Hey, eat.
To throw, it's Breeze. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans.
There we go.
Michael Thomas, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go.
Watson on third down. Open man, the tight end fails. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now a first down throw. Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the... The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Anderson. Anderson loses the football, and the Texans scoop it. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes Michael Thomas and the rest of the Saints offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Watch the screen. Check the hot read. Check the west.
Again, it's Kamara. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
You're good, you're good. High forward, ready. Hey, box drop. 41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. Hey, let's get in them holes. Ready, cut.
Now Breeze. Buying time to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line.
Hey, easy. 21. Hey, wahoo. 41's the Mike. Get that quarterback at all costs. 41's coming. 41's the Mike. Hey, keep it. Hey.
To throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. Flushed out right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
41's the mic. 41's the mic.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. 4th and short, they had the ball right at the midfield stripe. Was curious what they were going to do. Turns out going for it, the good play.
Reminded me of a conversation we had yesterday before this game where you said, you know, it's interesting about the NFL nowadays. Oftentimes in short yard situations, they throw the ball. In the old days, they would run it. That was an old school call right there.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. That one goes for 24 yards. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Easy, opposite.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught, but the bank judge right there to say incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Breeze. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. First. Possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Does that happen to you? And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This not the final game of this opening weekend. Still one more, and that comes your way later tonight out in Oakland. The Denver Broncos and Vic Fangio's coaching debut, taking on the Oakland Raiders, the final home opener for the Silver and Black in the East Bay. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll go with a draw. Watson hands to Miller. Lamar Miller, touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 37 yards, and the Texans get a bit closer.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
DJ Reader there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Hey, Haywood! 57 to Mike. 57.
Throwing now is Breeze. And Thomas has it. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. 30, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Well, not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out comes Houston. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now it's Miller, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
47 is the mic.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Watson. Fells has it, left side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. They do. A 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you've got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Noah Spence just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Watson now to throw. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, he's going to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
36. Buzz.
Bree's going to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Easy, opposite. Kill.
Breeze now to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Saints, first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Check. Hey, 4-1's Mike. 3 buzz. Hey, Echo. 41's to Mike. 41's to Mike.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And he'll go right back to Thomas. Complete again. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, Watson. Over the middle, it's Fells. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson, it's complete. Stills. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills, 66 yards. And the Texans cut into that lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21.
Next, the score is Saints 42.
That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
95-56. Let him know.
Breeze is looking to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Mike, 55, right there in the middle. Bravo. You.
Here's Breeze. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. He could get the hook up there that time with time. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Here's Watson. Completes it to Miller. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing again on second down. Watson. And he'll find Akins there. Complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Hey, exit. 40 wants the mic.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Looking to go back to Thomas again. And that'll bring up second down. They're still throwing the football here. And obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a run.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Hey, Alpha. All day, dog. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And that will be incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Hey, Charlie.
Breeze to throw for it on fourth. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. 11. 41's coming. 41's the mic. Hey, orbit.
Breeze going to throw here. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, high 7. Check 41. Check pass. 41.
Now Breeze again. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Looking to go back to Thomas again, but it'll be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
41. Hey, kill. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Hey, 41's Mike. Hey, watch the
Breeze to throw again. They'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Saints, it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Houston, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you.